हम लोगों ने जब ये ध्यान में आया कि ये करीब 2000 झाड़ वहाँ पर है, उसमें से कुछ रिप्लांट होंगे, सेम सॉइल में रिप्लांटेशन है तो कुछ रिप्लांट हो जाएंगे, कुछ हमको तोड़ने पड़ेंगे। हमने उसका असेसमेंट लेते हुए 4 साल पहले 23,000 पेड़ ऑलरेडी लगाए, 12,000 पेड़ हम और लगा रहे हैं।
The kind of carbon footprint and the fuel emission that the citizens are breathing in the current scenario is far worse than felling of 2,000 trees that is going to be substituted with 20,000 full grown trees in a state where 33 crore trees and saplings have been planted under our forest minister Sudhir Mungantiwar.
Whatever trees are cut, we are supposed to plant 3 times more number of trees, and we have done actually almost 10 times more. So we have planted 25,000 grown-up trees in different areas, including some degraded parts of Aarey forest.
We are traveling towards the site where MMRCL has compensatory afforestation, where MMRCL has claimed to have done compensatory afforestation. And we are passing through forest land, mind you. And here's a wildlife for everyone. This is a healthy tree on the site where MMRDA has done compensatory afforestation for loss of trees for their project in Aarey colony. But let us see the rest of the trees here. Let me show you. See this tree here? Nothing. Okay. Similarly, see this one, the one with the tag on it. They have said 6 inches girth. Let me show you, I can wrap my little finger around it. That's the girth it has. Okay. And these tall claims of 12 feet tall trees which have been planted. Now let us take it. See, now here there is another sapling which someone has uprooted and it's lying around here. See there. See this. And see the tag on it. See the tag on it. And see the landscape. It is debris and mud. Debris and stones rather. They can't grow probably because there is not enough soil to grow. There is a debris. If you see, it's filled with debris and stones. And this is how it has been chosen. This I do not know why this site was chosen in the first place. So these are natural forested areas which were infested with slums and or occupied by slums rather, and they have been cleared, and this area has been afforested. But the point is, the afforestation is not at all a success, and it cannot definitely not compensate for the loss of the natural forests in Aarey. I would say about 30% or less than 30% of such trees are seen here. The rest of them are all small saplings which have been pushed over by the pigs which are roaming around in this area. There are goats also which come in for grazing. This Ramgarh site has less than about, I would say, less than 2,000 saplings here, and it is unlikely that more than 200 will survive if they are cared for. In the present condition, standing in the middle of rubble and stones, these saplings stand no chance of survival. Empty pits are there where saplings were planted. This is one sapling which is not planted by them simply because this is too thick, and this is a forest species which has grown. The trees that you see here, these are the toxic trees, the subample trees which are dangerous to the environment, which are standing on the plot. We don't believe that. That is MMRCL's story. We will come to the fact on the ground. Please remember, if you see all around you, there is debris. These areas had slums on them which were demolished, and in between the rubble, these saplings have been planted by digging hollow or shallow pits. Probably I should sit under the shade of this because these will give us a lot of oxygen and shade, compensating for those huge trees which we cut in Aarey. I would say there is a light drizzle every day in Mumbai, but despite that the grass here is dry, which means there is no soil. It's whatever is growing on fragments of dust on the debris is drying out. So basically we are trying to tell is that this land is not suitable for plantation unless it is cleared of all the debris and soil exposed to the sunlight. If you can show the pig there are pigs moving here, and these animals push down trees, small trees and saplings to search for underground vegetables. This is sapling number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This has been chewed away by herbivores. 7, 8. We'll go further down. 9, 10, 11. Okay, and I have surveyed this entire plot. I found just one tree which is about 12 feet tall and 6 inches girth. No, I have yet to find some or any. This entire site has small saplings dumped or rather kept inside rubble and mud, and there is a small mound of mud which has been pushed around its base and left at God's mercy. This certainly cannot replace a natural forest which is being destroyed, and this is no compensation for it. This is Ramgarh site 2. Here we have very good encouraging results. The good growth of saplings here. All of them are growing well. There is good water content here, and this area has been secured properly. There is a fencing around it. This also a new one. You can see the ones which are tagged are the ones which have been planted by the MMRCL. This is about 8 feet tall. It's a good healthy sapling. This will probably make it big also, but if you see just next to it there is another tree. This is the kind of plantation which is being done. These two trees, this is a jamun tree and this is again another forest tree. These trees, canopies will clash with each other. They will not be able to grow properly, but then that's how it is being done. This is also about 5 feet, 12 feet tall trees with 6 inches girth. Sorry, not seen. And here's another mango tree here next to this jungle species. If you see, it's less than this distance from each other. These two huge trees will never be able to grow properly. You can see this distance between these two trees. That's how. This is a mindless way of planting.
Further, the government has claimed that each and every sapling has been geotagged and is being monitored. So the numbering has to be in order. But if you see it on the ground, this geotagging is completely misleading and haphazard. See this sapling here. This number says number 639. And the very next sapling adjacent to it says 4061. So between these two saplings, where is the space to plant close to 3,600 trees?
Their claims of 21,000 saplings have been successfully planted of 12 feet height is absolute bunkum. There is no truth to it. We have verified it on the ground. Less than 30% of the saplings are surviving today. So definitely we can conclude that this is certainly no compensation for what we are losing in Aarey. This is the truth of compensatory afforestation.